In the heart of St. Louis stands a mansion drenched in sorrow, whispers, and restless spirits. What secrets lie within the walls of the Lemp Mansion, where ghosts are said to wander, and madness consumed an entire family? This is not a movie script, this is a true story. Back in the mid-1800s, a German immigrant named Johann Adam Lemp built a fortune out of beer. Using the cool caves beneath St. Louis, he stored and fermented his product, creating one of the most successful breweries in America. The Lemp family became rich beyond imagination, and with their success came the construction of a grand Victorian mansion in the 1890s. It was filled with lavish furniture, fine art, and every luxury money could buy. The Lemp Mansion was a symbol of power, prestige, and wealth. But as history shows, money cannot buy happiness, and for the Lemps it could not stop the darkness that was coming. The tragedies began with Frederick Lemp, William Lemp's favorite son. Groomed to take over the family empire, Frederick suddenly died young, and the shock devastated his father. In 1904, William S.R. walked into a bedroom of the mansion, pulled out a revolver, and ended his life. The echo of that gunshot still seems to linger within the walls. But the curse did not stop there. His son, William Jr., inherited both the business and the mansion. Under his leadership, the brewery crumbled and the once powerful empire collapsed during Prohibition. His personal life was no better. His sister, Elsa, known as the Lavender Lady for her obsession with the color purple, also died under suspicious circumstances, officially ruled a suicide. In 1922, inside the very same mansion where his father had died, William Jr. pulled the trigger on himself. Years later, another brother, Charles, would do the same. Each death layered more despair into the home, turning the mansion into something darker than just a family residence. It became a tomb of grief, a monument to tragedy. Among the strangest stories tied to the mansion is that of the so-called monkey face boy. Rumors say the Lemps had a child born with severe deformities, possibly Down syndrome, who was hidden away in the attic, never allowed to live a normal life. Some neighbors claim to see a shadowy figure peeking out from the upstairs windows. To this day, visitors say they hear the faint sound of footsteps or even a child's laughter coming from the empty attic. Some even swear they've seen a small face staring down at them from the darkness above. The hauntings didn't stop when the family was gone. Over time, the mansion was turned into a boarding house, then later, a restaurant and inn. That's when the paranormal activity only grew louder. Staff reported footsteps on empty staircases, doors that locked and unlocked on their own, and objects that seemed to move without explanation. Soap and toiletries would vanish, then reappear in strange places. A waitress once left her keys on a counter, only to discover them later locked inside a drawer she hadn't touched. Visitors to the basement often speak of voices whispering their names. That basement, with its tunnels leading into the old brewery caves, became known as the Gates of Hell. Guests describe sudden drops in temperature, moving shadows, and the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Some leave shaken, others leave in tears, and a few refuse to ever step inside again. And then there are the mirrors. Time and time again, people claim to see faces in reflections that don't belong to anyone in the room. Photographs capture mysterious glowing orbs. One guest reported the overwhelming scent of lavender perfume filling the room, even though no one else was there, perhaps the lingering spirit of the Lavender Lady herself. Each story adds another brick to the legend of the Lemp Mansion. Was it simply the grief of a cursed family that left such strong impressions behind? Or has the house itself become alive, feeding on the sorrow and fear of anyone who dares to step inside? Today, the Lemp Mansion operates as both a restaurant and an inn. Guests come to dine in its historic rooms, but some leave with chilling stories they'll never forget. The mansion stands as a reminder that even the richest families are not immune to tragedy, and that some houses are built not only from stone and wood, but from grief, despair, and restless souls. So if you ever visit St. Louis, ask yourself this: would you dare spend the night inside the Lemp Mansion? Would you hear the whispers of the dead, or would you become the next chapter in its haunted history?